Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to be here. Almost exactly a year ago, I was on holiday with my wife. We went away for the weekend, and I looked at my phone before we went down to breakfast, and there was a message saying, "This is Liz Truss here, please call." And I said to Lucia, I said, "I can't believe it. They're still trying to hoax me. I obviously would know Liz Truss's number. This is not a recognised number." It's probably some radio station calling me to try and get me to say something embarrassing live on air. Anyway, we went down to breakfast, had a wonderful breakfast. Then I got an unrecognised call on my phone. I thought, that's a journalist, apologies. So I zapped the call, and then I got a message from the Downing Street switchboard saying, "Please call." And I called back and I said, "Look, I think this must be a hoax, but the Prime Minister, I did get a message saying the Prime Minister wants to speak to me." And they said, "Oh yes, she does," and the rest is history, really. But I want to say that, first of all, I do consider Policy Exchange to be a great friend of mine, but also great friends to the Conservative Party, because you put the fuel in our tank when it comes to the creative thinking that we need to constantly come back to the British people with if we're going to challenge our country to be the best it possibly can be. And we are incredibly grateful to you for the work you do. I'm actually feeling very positive. I totally understand you could say, well, it's predictable, it's a conference, everyone wants a feel-good factor. But if I look at the economy, I would say the two biggest challenges that I faced when I became Chancellor a year ago are inflation and growth. And on inflation, we have made very positive progress now, down by 40% from the levels we had a year ago. And when it comes to growth, nearly every single forecaster in the world has had to upgrade their growth forecast for the UK economy. And we can now see that since 2010, we've grown faster than France, Italy, Spain, the Netherlands, Japan, Germany, huge numbers of our peers. And we can be very proud of the track record that we've had. But most importantly, I'm excited about the future, because I think the biggest unsung success story of the British economy is that we are now the world's third $1 trillion tech economy. And I think what happened in the 1980s and 90s with the city, where quietly but surely it turned into one of the world's two biggest financial sectors, that is now happening with tech. And that's incredibly important for the future of our country. Now, Conservatives know these things don't happen by accident. They happen because we're prepared to take difficult decisions for the long term. We have that with Rishi Sunak. He's someone who believes nothing is achieved in life without hard work. He's absolutely committed to taking those decisions going forward. And today I had to make another difficult argument to the British people that we're going to have to change course if we don't want to see taxes forever growing up. And this is really another great role for Policy Exchange, Dean, because we know that the British people want to protect their precious public services, schools, hospitals, the police. But we also know that with creative thinking, we can find a much more productive way to deliver that, particularly when it comes to teachers who spend more than half of their time teaching, when it comes to police officers who are endlessly filling out forms, when it comes to doctors and nurses who spend hours doing admin. And the reason I am optimistic we can get this right is because, first of all, the Treasury is changing its approach to these issues and moving away from short-term cost control to strategic cost reduction, which is a very big change, which in the private sector everyone understands. But secondly, because a lot of this is going to be possible with artificial intelligence, where Britain is a global leader. Outside America, we are really the most exciting place on the planet. So lots of opportunities, but we're going to win the election next year because we go to the British people with a plan of how to do this. And what we say is, if we want to be that amazing country we know we can be, then this is the party that is prepared to take those difficult decisions. This is the Prime Minister that's prepared to take those decisions. So let's get out there, win that argument and win that fight. Thank you very much indeed.